Good morning, one and all. This is Kiran Mekala. So today's topic is Bhakti movement. Already I uploaded 2 videos on this topic. This is the 3rd video. So far we have seen South Indian Bhakti saints like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, Nimbarkand, all those. Even we discussed about what is Bhakti, what is the definition of Bhakti, how many kinds of Bhakti ways and strategies, even how will they ask in examination point of view. All those things we discussed. Today we'll see Maharashtra saints. Maharashtra saints or Maharashtra Sant or saint, both are same. In that the first person, the main person is Sant Gnaneshwar or Gnandev Maharaj. All are one. We have to write like this. Gnaneshwar or Gnandev or Gnandev Maharaj. Okay. He belongs to 13th century AD. He belongs to 13th century AD, and he was the first person, he was the first Bhakti saint who belongs to Maharashtra. In examination point of view, directly they will ask who is the first person, who is the first Bhakti saint at Maharashtra. The answer is Gnandev. He belongs to 13th century AD, and he founded Varakari sect. He founded Varakari sect. What is Varakari sect? There are 2 sects are there. One is Varakari, second one is Dharkari. Dharkari sect belongs to Samarth Ramdas, who is the political guru of Chhatrapati Shivaji. And Varakari sect founded by Gnandev Maharaj. Even he wrote Gnaneshwari. Even it's called Bhavartha Deepika. Gnaneshwari book also called Bhavartha Deepika. Actually, this was the commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Is a commentary on Bhagavad Gita written in Marathi language by Gnandev Maharaj. And second person is Namdev. Second person is Namdev. He belongs to 14th century AD. Gnandev, Namdev, Changdev, all names are seem similarly. So Namdev, he belongs to 14th century AD. And initially the specialty of Namdev is he was a robber. If you see Valmiki also initially he was a robber, namely Ratnakara. Even you see in the 600 BC also Angulimala also robber, and after that he became a disciple of Lord Buddha, and he also initially robber and after that changed into a Bhakti saint. And he affected by the Muslim community. Muslim philosophy. He affected by the Muslim philosophy, and he propagated Nirguna Bhakti. Nirguna Bhakti. There are 2 Bhakti ways are there, Nirguna and Saguna. Nirguna means there is no deity, no image, nothing. In the Saguna means there is a deity and all those garland and all those. This is the 2 ways of in Bhakti strategy. And he followed this Nirguna Bhakti. If you see in the Islam and Christianity, they follow Nirguna Bhakti of worship, isn't it? They don't worship any ideal, any deity. If you see in the Hinduism, there is a deity and all those. will pray Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Anjaneya, Lord Venkateshwara and all those. Almost 99% of the people, even 100% Saguna Bhakti, Saguna Sakar Bhakti. The specialty of Hinduism that if you follow Nirguna Bhakti also, they don't tell anything. In other religion, if they put any deity of whom they worship, then what will they do? In some of the other countries, they will cut their heads. Isn't it? That is the difference actually. So he followed Nirguna Bhakti. And third person is there. Third person. So third person is Eknath. Third person is Eknath. Third person is Eknath. This Eknath belongs to 16th century AD. This Eknath belongs to 16th century AD. In generally, he considered Sant Eknath, not Eknath, Sant Eknath. Though they are all belong saints, but he called himself Sant Eknath. So, in examination point of view, they won't ask much on him, but in general, he is a very great personality. Actually, only one question asked regarding him in examination point of view. That is Abhangas. What is that? Abhangas. Abhangas. He wrote Abhangas in Marathi language. He wrote Abhangas in Marathi language. Even he wrote Chatushloki Bhagavata, Bhavartha Ramayana and so many books. But in examination point of view, they will ask only Abhangas. Abhangas written by the Eknath in Marathi language. If you see in his life, one incident is very interesting. Once Eknath went to take his bath at Ganga river, and after taking bath, he just come up with the river at river shore. Then one of the fellow who stood at river shore, he wanted to insult him. He wanted to make him angry, so that he just spit on him, spit on Eknatha. Then immediately Sant Eknatha look at him with smiling face and back to the Ganga and take his bath. And second time while he way to his home, second time also that fellow, that rowdy fellow, spit on him. Second time also he didn't tell anything. He just came back to the Ganga and he take his bath. Like that 20-30 times. Like that 20-30 times repeatedly it happens. And finally Sant Eknath stood on him, before him, and saw his face, that rowdy fellow face, with serenity, with smiling face. Then that fellow realized that he is not an ordinary person. Just then he realized, and he just bowed on his head and asked for the apology. That is the thing. But see the attitude of Sant Eknath. He replied that no, I have to say thanks to you. Because of you, I took 20-30 times bath at Ganga. Actually, I take only once in a day. But because of you, I got a chance to get 30 times bathing at Ma Ganga. Like that he replied. That is the attitude of Sant Eknath. And fourth person is Tukaram. Fourth person is Tukaram. Bhakta Tukaram. In general, he called Bhakta Tukaram. He belongs to 17th century AD. He belongs to 17th century AD. He is a contemporary of Shivaji. He was a contemporary of Shivaji. And fifth person is Samartha Ramdas. Fifth person is Samartha Ramdas. Samartha Ramdas. He also belongs to 17th century AD. He also belongs to 17th century AD. He also belongs to 17th century AD. And he is a political guru. He was a political guru of Chhatrapati Shivaji. He is a political guru. political guru. Whatever the success achieved by the Shivaji, in behind he was there. Understand? And he wrote one of the book called Dasa Bodha. What is that? Dasa Bodha. Dasa Bodha. Dasa Bodha. In Marathi language. Dasa Bodha written by the Samarth Ramdas, and it is in Marathi language. And he belongs to Dharkari sect. He belongs to Dharkari. He belongs to Dharkari sect. Already we know what is Varakari sect. Varakari sect and Dharkari sect. In both of the sect, they believed that through the Tirtha Yatras, through the visiting the holy places, will get moksha. Understand? So that this Dharkari sect people, they visit Pandaripur once in a year. They visit Pandaripur Vithalnatha temple once in a year. In Varakari sect, they visit twice in a year Pandaripur temple. That is the difference. And even he had a title called Dharkari. The Dharkari title belongs to Samarth Ramdas. Even if you see in the some of the states, in the mass people, in the government tap or government hand pump places, they quarrel each other. They quarrel each other. They scold each other that what do you think? Do you think are you a Dharkari? What do you think? Do you feel that you are Dharkari? Like that they will scold each other. In Telugu, ఏమనుకుంటున్నావు ధార్కారి అనుకుంటున్నావు అను నిధి నువ్వు లైక్ దట్. ఇన్ హిందీ क्या समझ रहा तू धारकारी समझ रहा अपने आप को like that they will scold each other. But the thing is, interesting thing is, those who use this word, even they don't know what is the history behind this Dharkari word. Understand? That is the thing. So these are the 5 members we have to remember in examination point of view. Later on we'll see the saints of North India. Saints of North India.